What's up guys? So today we are going to discuss about the new feature of Angular 11. So Angular has recently released the Angular 11 version, and in this video we are going to discuss about first of all we'll discuss about this new features in Angular 11. Then we will move to the next section, which is introduced new things. These things are basically not completely released in this version, but they have introduced something that we will discuss. After that we will discuss about some breaking changes that Angular has done, and after that we have some other small changes. In the last section we will see how you can upgrade to Angular 11 within 5 minutes. So let's continue with that. So let's start from the first section now. Okay, so the first feature is automatic inlining of the fonts. So to make your application even more faster, so Angular has introduced this automatic inlining of the fonts. So basically what it does so during the compile time of Angular CLI, it will automatically download the fonts that are being used and linked into the applications. So once you have the bundle of the application and you deploy it on the server, so browser will not have to download the fonts again to render the fonts. So basically the bundle will always have the fonts, and browser will not have to download those. That will decrease the time of rendering of your application and increase the performance of your application, which is cool. So this is the cool feature of Angular. The second thing is the component test harness. So component test harness is nothing, it was previously available in Angular 9. So basically this provides a robust and legal API to service to help with the testing with the Angular material components. But it was already available for the Angular material only, but from the Angular 11 onwards this test harness will be available for all the components into the application. It is not only for Angular material anymore. So you can see an example here. So the following example shows the usage of matte button harness in Angular material. So you can see this matte harness has been used to track the button of the component. So this is how you can use the component test harness basically. So let's move to the third point, which is improved reporting and logging. It is nothing, they just have improved the logger of the CLI of the Angular application. So I will give you a small demo of that. So you can see here in this screenshot, and this is the Angular 11 improved CLI output formatting. So now you will have initial chunk files of the bundle files and the lazy chunk files of the bundle files, and their sizes as well, and the names of the files that we are going to see, which is pretty cool. Let's move to the next section. Let's move to the next point. So updated hot module replacement. So hot module replacement is a mechanism that allows module to be replaced without a full browser refresh. So basically HMR is not an entirely new thing into the Angular, and for the developer they can simply use the previous version as well, but with the Angular 11 the amount of effort you need to configure the HMR into the application has been reduced, and they have provided a CLI command for that. So now you can simply use just the ng server command and then --HMR to enable this feature like this. So now you can simply use this ng serve command with an HMR tag enable. So this command you have to use to enable the HMR. This is a cool feature, please try it. Okay, so the fifth thing is the TypeScript 4.0 support from 3.9 updated. It is the major upgrade basically, and with this latest update the Angular team has dropped the support of TypeScript 3.9, and now Angular only support the TypeScript 4.0. So one of the main reasons behind this upgrade is to speed up the builds, nothing else. Okay, so the sixth point is the housekeeping removed IE support. What does it mean by housekeeping is basically the Angular has deprecated the support of IE9, IE10 and IE mobile internet browser. So basically for those who do not know what does it mean by IE means Internet Explorer. Okay, so let's move to the next thing. So next in this slide we are going to discuss about the new things that introduced into the Angular 11 version. So we have these 3 points. So let me tell you first, these things are only introduced in this version. They are not completely available. They are into development as of now, and probably maybe into the next release we will have this complete features into the library. Okay, so let's discuss about this. So the first point is updated language service preview. So previously this language service was based on Vue engine, and in Angular 11 they are providing a new, more powerful and accurate Ivy based language service. Although this feature is into development, and it has the capability to behaving similarly like the TypeScript compiler. So the good thing is now Angular is working on their own compiler, and they are not completely dependent upon the TypeScript compiler now, which is the good thing. Okay, so let's move to the next point, which is experimental Webpack 5 support. Wow, it's a big change actually. I'll tell you why. As you know that Webpack is used to compile a large number of files into a single bundle or a single file, and Webpack 5 is the latest version, and was released in the last month only, so it is still not fully stable. So that's why I recommend you not to use this version. But however, Angular 11 provides experimental support for Webpack 5, and you can use it with Angular 11. If you want to try out the new things, you can use it. But according to the release notes, the Angular team believes that they can extend this experimental support to achieve faster builds and small bundles once things get stable. So if you are up to try Webpack 5, you can start by adding the few lines of code that will show you. So you just need to copy and paste this code, and paste this code into your package.json dev dependency section, and remove all of your node modules and reinstall it again, and you will be able to enjoy Webpack 5.4.0. okay, so that's all. Then the next thing is moving to TSLint. Sorry, so the next thing is moving to ESLint. So ESLint was one of the most popular linting tool among developers for a long period of time, but it was recently deprecated and duties were handled to the ESLint. So Angular is also moving from TSLint to ESLint from the version 11 updates, and you won't be able to use TSLint for linting purpose in your Angular application again. So Angular has introduced a 3-step methods. So if you wanted to move to TSLint to ESLint, and you can use these 3 methods. If you wanted to use the ESLint, you just need to add this command. Basically it's going to add this schematics into Angular library, into your Angular application, and basically first you need to add this dependency into your application. After that you just need to generate ESLint file by calling this command, and then the third point you will see, you just need to remove the previous TSLint JSON that you have. So that's all. Let's move to the next slide, which is the most heartbreaking slide, I would say. So in this slide we are going to discuss about some breaking changes that Angular has introduced in Angular 11. So first of all, this Angular 11 removes i9, 10 and iMobile support completely, as Angular 11 has completely removed the support of i9, i10 and i11, but still Angular is supporting i11. okay, so TypeScript 3.9 is no longer supported. So why I have added this into the breaking changes, because some of you are already using some of the TypeScript features, TypeScript 3.9 features basically, and those features could be deprecated in version 4.0, and so that's why I will recommend you to read TypeScript 4.0 documentation completely, so you can see what features they have deprecated, and if you are using those features into your application, you will need to remove those code and you will come up with a new solution. And there is also a plus point, Angular 4.0 might have came with some new features also, and we will get to use those features. That's a good thing. Okay, so the third point is preserve query params has been removed in routers, and they have introduced query params handling equal to preserve. Okay, so this is the big change actually. A lot of us, we are using this preserve query params. So if you're using this thing into your application, you might have to change this with query param handling when you upgrade to the Angular 11, otherwise your code will not work. Okay, so the fourth thing is expression, which I see use on no TypeScript again. So of course we're using TypeScript. So if you're following the rules of TypeScript, this will not going to impact much. The fifth point is asynchronous pipe no longer claims to return undefined, and for an input with that was typed as undefined. This is all for the breaking change. I don't think there is any big change that can break the application entirely. We can handle all of these things, right? So let's move to the next section. These are other changes. So with those big changes, Angular has also introduced some new changes, which are the small changes we are going to discuss now. So basically the first one is new automated migration and schematics they have added, and then we have service worker improvements, which is really good. Lazy loading support and named outlets, that is also pretty good. And then Angular CLI can generate resolver guards as well. That is awesome, I will say, because previously we will not have this thing. We just can create component and services, directives, pipes, everything, but we cannot create resolves till now. But now we can create guards as well. This is really good. Previously we'll have to write a bunch of code to create guards, but now we'll have pre-written code when we create with a command. That will really help a lot of developers. So the fifth feature is trigger types built in pipes. So this is really nice. The sixth point is the format date functions now support ISO 8601 week numbering format. So this could be helpful for those who are using week number. And finally, you have watched the entire video and you know what are the new features and what are the breaking features, and now you are good to go to update the Angular 11. You just need to call this command, and it will automatically update your Angular versions, Angular libraries into the Angular 11 version. But however, there is something I wanted to say. Please read this update to Angular.io to find details, information and guidance on updating. And we always recommend you to upgrade one major release at a time to have the best update experience. Do not directly update from Angular version 8 to Angular 11. First you need to upgrade from Angular 8 to 9, then 9 to 10, 10 to 11. That will be really helpful for you. Okay, so that's all for the today, and I hope you have learned something today, and if you did, please like the video and please leave a nice comment, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon please, so you can get all of my notification whenever I upload this type of content. And thanks for the watching and have a good day.